Is it actually possible to get married here in Canada if your partner, boyfriend, or girlfriend is just here on their tourist visa? If yes, what is the requirements? Is it gonna be a complicated process? Well, these are some of my questions when me and my now husband decided to get married last year. Hi, my name is Yam and welcome back to my channel. A quick backstory. Me and my husband were college sweethearts and we started dating back in late 2017. So it's almost 2018. And I moved here in Calgary in 2022 to study as an international student. Long story short, we've been in long distance relationship for most of the time because life happened because we graduated in 2018 as well. So we had started our careers and then pandemic happened and then I came here in Canada in 2022. So it's been a while since we met each other. So in 2024, I already got my permanent residency. We decided to finally meet up once more in person. We just came to the decision that it's better for him to visit here. By the way, guys, thank you for watching my video on applying for visitor visa for your boyfriend or girlfriend. I already explained the process that we did there. So if you want to go back and watch that video, feel free to watch that before going here or just watch it right after this video. But anyway, the tourist visa for my boyfriend got approved and he came here in June 2024. So we had our time there, and in July 2024, on my birthday, he actually proposed. So we got engaged. Of course, I said yes. And before that, we are actually already talking about marriage, and we're talking about getting married in 2025 in the Philippines. But after some thought, we think that it would be best if we just get married here since he's already here. We asked for the permission of our parents and thankfully they agreed. So it actually didn't get too real till when we are already close to the wedding day. So it just happened so quickly and we had to plan the wedding in just 2 months. So I'll probably gonna also do a video on that, on how we planned everything, because we did not do a civil wedding. We actually did an actual wedding with around 50 guests. Wow. And it's a whole lot of stress on my end and planning. So I will make a video on that soon, hopefully, on the next part of this video. Anyway, you're probably here because you want to know what are the steps that we did so that we can get married in just 2 months or 3 months after he's here as a tourist. Here we go. So first, let's do it in a 3-part structure because that's my favorite number. Okay, number 1 is the preparation. The preparation that we did first is to apply for the marriage license. So we applied for the marriage license. They will ask you to be there in person. And second, bring your valid ID. So since my boyfriend then is only here as a tourist, his only valid ID is his passport. So that's what we presented to the registry while we're applying for the marriage license. While me, I already got my PR card that time. I presented my PR card. There you go. That's the first step. You need to be there in the registry in person, both of you, the groom and the bride, and present your valid IDs. Do you need anything else? If you're never married, you don't have to present any other documents apart from your valid ID. And if you were married before and you've just been divorced, you need to bring any documentation on that. And that would be your divorce papers, and you need to fill out the application form. I'm gonna show you here how the application looked like when we were applying back then. And it will ask you some personal details. It will also ask you if you want it to be a swear to God, which is a religious wedding, or a civil wedding. If you're asking if your visa status is important, it's actually not that important. And as long as you are legally allowed to marry, then you're good. Just note that this marriage license will only be valid 3 months after you applied for it. We applied around July after we got engaged. So we have 3 months to do all the wedding stuff. So that's gonna be
August, September, October.
we have till October to get married. And we decided to get married on September. Step 2 is choose a marriage commissioner. In Alberta, you can't just have anyone to officiate your wedding. You need a marriage commissioner or a religious official to officiate your wedding so that it would be valid. They are actually gonna be the one who's gonna apply for your registration of marriage after you got married. Now you can find the commissioners list on the Alberta government website. Now, like I've mentioned earlier, during your application for marriage license, you're gonna be asked if you want it to be a civil wedding or a religious wedding. And on our end, because matapang kami, lakas ng loob namin magplan ng religious wedding in a short span of time. But yes, we did a religious wedding and it's an Islam wedding, Muslim wedding. So we went to the Akram Jumaa Mosque here in Calgary. So we went to the mosque, actually my husband did, and he asked if we can get someone to officiate our wedding on our preferred date. So thankfully, there's someone available on that date. And we also ask if we need to do anything prior to the wedding because most of the time, especially if it's a religious wedding, you will need to have pre-marriage counseling before going through the wedding itself. Thankfully, we don't have to do that because it will happen the day of the wedding itself. I guess everything's going smoothly after all. If you're planning to do a religious wedding, just take note that there will be a required pre-marriage counseling before getting married. Especially, I think it's also required for Catholics and other religious practices. So just take note of that. But if you don't want to go through that hassle, you can still opt for the civil wedding. Just make sure that even if it's a civil wedding, make sure that there will be guests on your wedding and you take lots of photos on your wedding day because that will be a requirement in applying for spousal PR. Just make sure that you take lots of photos with family and friends in there as much as possible for the application itself. And then, how much did it cost to apply for a marriage license? It actually costs us around $100. For the officiant of the wedding, it costs us $500. But it actually really depends on your officiant on how much they will charge you. But in our part, $500 is already including the imam or the officiant and also the administration fee of the mosque and the administration fee on the registration of our wedding. After you apply for the marriage license, you'll be given a paper which you will be giving to the officiant during your wedding day. So make sure that you do not crumple it, do not put any marking on it because that's gonna be a very important part of the application for the registration of your marriage. So it's also noted actually on that paper that it's not gonna be valid if it's crumpled or stained or anything has been damaged. So make sure that you take care of that paper once you got it. Anyway, part 3 is the ceremony and how to get the marriage certificate that you need in order to apply for the spousal PR. For the ceremony, like I mentioned, you're gonna be needing that paper and give it to the officiant. So during the ceremony, of course, you need to sign the papers as the groom and the bride. And you also have to have 2 witnesses who will sign the application for registration of marriage. These witnesses should be at least 18 years old. They should be of legal age. And doesn't matter if they are relatives, you can put them as witnesses. You can also put your friends as your witness. And now that everything's signed, then you're officially married. Now it's in the hands of the officiant to register your marriage in the registry. So if they get the papers from you, don't panic. It's just how it is. They will get the paper from you. They will be the one to apply it to the registry and they will be the one to register your marriage. Then after that, you're just gonna have to wait. And they are legally required to submit the paperwork of your marriage here in Alberta within 48 hours after the wedding ceremony. So you just have to wait 2 business days for them to register it. But once it's submitted, it usually takes 2 to 6 weeks before it can appear to the system. After 2 weeks of getting married, we finally went to the registry to get a copy of the official marriage certificate. Now, this certificate is gonna be an important documentation that you'll be needing in your application for spousal PR. And this is also the legal proof that you will be needing in other processes like immigration, name changes, and anything that's official. So that's gonna be a very important document. So here you go, guys. That's how we got married here in Canada when my boyfriend then is only on his tourist visa. Let's have a recap. Number 1 is apply for your marriage license, which will be at the registry. You only need a valid ID and your application for license of marriage, which you'll fill out in the registry. Take note that it would be 3 months validity for the marriage license, so you need to get married within that 3 months. Number 2 is get your officiant. You could go with the civil wedding or the religious wedding. On religious weddings or marriages, you are also going to be required to comply with pre-marriage or premarital counseling, and you should also take that into consideration if you're planning for it to be a religious wedding. But if not, you can always go for a civil wedding. Just make sure that you take lots of photos and you also bring witnesses, friends, and family with you on the photos so that you're gonna have a good documentation of your wedding, which you'll be using on your PR application. Number 3 is the registration of your marriage, which will be done by your officiant. So you don't have to worry about it. You just have to wait at least 2 business days for them to apply, because they are required to submit all the paperwork within 2 business days after the ceremony. After 2 weeks, your marriage will be officially registered in the system. So after 2 weeks, you can just go to the registry and apply for you to get the official marriage certificate. In Alberta, the price for getting the official marriage certificate is around 20 Canadian dollars. And if it's gonna be rush, it's gonna be around $35. So hopefully this helps you guys on deciding if you wanna get married here in Canada. And if you have a girlfriend or a loved one that is in their tourist visa and you want to get married with them while they're here, I hope this gave you an idea on how to do it. Now, just a few quick tips if you're planning to do the same. Make sure, number 1, check your IDs. Make sure that they are still valid. Of course, you don't want to get hassled with the expiration of your IDs. So make sure that those IDs are valid and not expiring before going to the registry. Second tip would be, don't plan to get your license too early. If you're not gonna get married yet within the 3-month span, make sure that you don't get the license yet, because the license only has a 3-month window. So you need to get married in those 3-month window before it expires. Next step would be book your commissioner early, especially if you're gonna get married in the peak summer days. Make sure that you book the commissioners early on and decide with the date of your wedding, because sometimes, of course, they have their busy season as well. So just make sure that if you are set on your date, book your commissioner early. Remember that getting married does not equate to getting PR. After getting married, you also still need to apply for the spousal permanent residency. It doesn't automatically make you a PR if you get married with someone with permanent residency. You still need to apply for it. Just remember that. Don't assume that since you got married, you're already a permanent resident. You'll need to apply for spousal sponsorship. And last but not the least, I know it's gonna be cliche, but enjoy your wedding day. Even if it's just a civil wedding or religious wedding, whatever you have decided, just take it easy. Don't stress out too much in the preparation for your wedding. Hopefully, in the next week, I will give you part 2 of this series on how to prepare a wedding within just 2 months, like we did. Don't stress out about your visa type. Tourist visa is fine. Student visa is fine. As long as you are legally allowed to get married, you're good to go. You can get married here in Canada. Now, if you're Filipino, do you need a senomar or anything before getting married? You actually don't need it. Personally, we did not have senomar since we did not prepare for anything. We did not expect that we're gonna get married that fast. So we did not have senomar, but still, we got married here. And it's okay. Actually, a spousal sponsorship application doesn't also specifically require you to have a senomar, but just to make sure, submit your senomar along with your spousal sponsorship PR application. When you're applying for your marriage license, make sure that you double check all the information that you fill out on that application form, because that would be a very simple way to make sure that you're not gonna have a headache on processing your application or processing your registration for marriage. Make sure all spellings are correct. There are no typographical errors. There are no date errors. Basically, there are no errors in your application. They will actually ask you to double check it while you're applying for your application for marriage license. So make sure that you take time to check everything, because even just a simple mistake can cause you lots of headaches along the way. So just be careful on filling those official documents out. Can same-sex couples marry in Alberta? The answer is yes. Same-sex marriage is actually allowed here in Canada, so you don't have to worry about it. And do you need to extend your tourist visa after marriage? And I will definitely say yes, especially if you're gonna apply inland spousal sponsorship PR application. You will definitely need to extend your tourist visa. So I will also give you a video on that soon, because you'll be needing more time. And of course, it's important that your partner doesn't lose their status while they're here in Canada, because that's gonna be a red flag for them while they're reviewing their spousal PR application. So make sure to extend or apply for the extension of their tourist visa once they plan to extend here in Canada for more than 6 months while they are applying for their spousal sponsorship visa. So that's it, guys. Hope everything that I've told you will help you in your future plans of getting married, and good luck on your application, good luck on your marriage, and good luck on your Canadian journey. Welcome to Canada. See ya! If you have questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll be putting some useful links below if you need more information on how to get married here in Canada as a tourist. And if you're interested on how we got married here in Canada, how we applied for spousal sponsorship visa afterwards, please subscribe to my channel and follow for more updates on our Canadian journey as a Filipino immigrant here in Canada. See ya! Bye! Finally natapos din!